What will it take to make Double Masters 2022 a massive hit? Double Masters 2022 gets released in July 8th, I believe. Welcome back, everyone. MTG Moxman here. Thanks for hanging out with me today as we go over what it's going to take to make this product go from okay to good to actually being a great product. We have to understand where Wizards of the Coast is coming from. They do not like to reprint en masse a whole bunch of amazing cards. After players get a taste for that, we want to see it all the time, then it's not special anymore, and overall their sales will go down. They've got to keep a very tight control on the valve that is these reprint targets we're all expecting to see. Wizards of the Coast also likes to hold things over our head and say, do you see this? Do you see this? Do you really want this? Do you? It might be in the next product. There's those type of cards we've all been waiting for them to come back with, and they just haven't. Now that we understand that's kind of how Wizards does things, you get where I'm going with this. Now we can talk about the product. Double Masters 2022. It's going to be a hit. As much as I don't want it to be, as much as I got nailed on VIP and I wasn't happy, when I started looking back on the VIP cards I got last year, 2020 for the VIP packs and for Double Masters 2020, I realized I actually got some okay stuff. I think I was just being overly harsh and very negative compared to what some of the other people I saw opening. So I got to kind of retract a little bit and say maybe it's not going to be that bad. And understanding that, this set will be a hit. The price, you got $329.99 Canadian for the collector box, which is just 4 boosters. We don't know what's in them or the commons to mythics to rares ratio, but Wizards is kind of pounding on all cylinders to make up for lost revenue. They got to keep that money machine going. They're going to make this a good product. I think they're going to play it pretty safe. And then when you know that, and we look at a draft box for $359.99 Canadian, I say okay. And if you're in somewhere else like the States and you're watching me right now, just take off 30%. That's kind of probably what you're paying. And if you're overseas, you're maybe paying more or less depending on where you are in the world. I'm sure you can work it out. If not, send me an email. Happy to help you out. I'm good at maths. Maths and me are just best. Not at financial advice, right? So I look at this and I say, what's it going to take? And I looked at some cards I would like to see reprinted, which is weird for me to say because I'm kind of a reserveless guy. But as I'm building these commander decks and trying to get into stuff, I'm going, I'd like to have more of those. I'd like to see this, and it kind of got me going. So, for Wizards to have a pretty good product, you're going to have to see... we got to see the fetches. It's all about the fetch. The Fetchlands are going up in price, depending on which ones get reprinted every year. You're seeing this unequal balance as they rise. They got to get that under control by reprinting these, okay? So we got to see the Fetchlands come back. They can make them still hard to get on a track sheet of rares, but we got to see them. It's something people are going to expect to see in a master-style product at a price like this. I got to see them out there. We just saw what happened in the amazing product that was Modern Horizons. So a product like this has got to have Fetchlands in it. Even if they're like going to be harder to get, only get 1 or 2 a box, I'm expecting to see it. I don't need to see 5 or 6 like I got in Modern Horizons 2, but I do need to see them. Okay, that for me, I gotta have that. I'm looking at the screen right now on my computer saying Bloodstained Mire. Gotta have it. Now, I'm lucky I had one from Cons that we'd opened earlier this year, but it's the only one I have, other than some of my fancier ones inside other decks I don't feel like breaking up right now. So I know players are looking for cards like this, and we gotta bring these prices down. Being 50, 70, 100 bucks for a foil Cons one, that's a lot of money. Let's bring it down, get a reprint going, Wizards. I expect to see those. All right, now we go to the next one here. Ulamog the Ceaseless Hunger, cards like this, where they're like $80, $85, a reprint will bring those at least temporarily down to that $50, $60 level. And that gives Wizards ammo saying, hey, look, it got reprinted, it's awesome. But at the same time, it's giving players a chance to get some of those cards at least a reduced price for a while. We all know these prices do tend to creep up as the market absorbs the cards, and it starts getting eaten away to attrition of players building decks. But at the same time, it's been a long time. We need to see guys like this coming back. So Wizards will hit a lot of those type of reprint targets if they want things to kind of come down in price, but still hold retention of value and make the player base say, oh, there's some good cards in this set. This is a set that I have to buy. Because really it comes down to what can they put into a set that makes us want to buy it and we think it's worth the money, and they still say, oh, thank goodness people like this one. It's a card we can put in and we're going to make money. You got to look at it from both sides. So I get that. Now, when we go ahead and look at some of the equipment cards, they've reprinted these in various sets and they're still $60, $70, $80. That's pretty expensive for a sword. We need to get some of those pieces of equipment also reprinted, which gives Wizards a very large traction point of cards where they can reprint them, add them in, and still have a great value for people. These are just some of the mythics and rares and stuff that I'm thinking about when I look at them and say, these are cards I'd like to see reprinted at some point. I want players to be able to have access to the cards, but I want there to still be value for those who have invested money already. Let's not overprint Noble Hierarch to like oblivion, right? Remember when that happened? People spent like $100 and then it went down to like 25? That hurts. Wizards, that was bad. But if you reprint it once every couple of years, 3-4 years, let the market move through the products, Wizards gets to keep a premium on it. Players get a reprint that kind of brings the price down, doesn't let it get too jacked up from those people investing too heavily in cards that will be reprinted. Controlling the market can be mean in some cases. Now, Mox Amber. We all know I love this card. If you've been on my channel any more than like a hot second, you understand that a card like this just goes... Does that mean Mox Amber is going to be in this set? Absolutely not. That'll be up to Wizards to decide how they want to reprint. But expect to see some kind of Mox. They've done Chrome, they've done Opal. This could be Mox Amber's year to get reprinted. It has been creeping up, but maybe it hasn't been creeping up enough for Wizards. The other Moxers, that $70, $80 level, Wizards might want that target to go that high. If that's the case, then it won't get reprinted yet. They'll be waiting another year or two. Wait for it to creep to that $60, $70, $80 level and then hit it as a reprint to make sure players feel they're getting great equity out of the product that they're buying for that premium price. And they may decide to reprint a Chrome Mox or a Mox Opal because, hey, they've been reprinted, but the value's still creeping up. So it might be the time for them to slide that back in there again. It's been a couple of years. Let's put that product back together and let's let Mox Amber go for just 1 or 2 more years until we decide what to do with it. Because a $50 card on a Mox Amber dropping down to $25, $35, Wizards probably doesn't want to see that kind of equity killed just yet. But you've noticed in the past when I've talked about it, cards like this, they are building more low-level planeswalkers, easier to cast, and 1 casting cost legendary creatures that activate this card. So maybe this is the year that it comes out. But a card like this I would expect to see in the product if you want to make it great. Okay? You can avoid reprinting Mana Crypt for a year or 2. Let the value drift up a bit. You can stop reprinting Jace the Mind Sculptor. Give him a breath. Give him a little relaxation. Don't print Noble Hierarch. Give it a rest. Let those cards retain a little bit of value and see some new cards, some new blood being flushed into a set like this that will allow players to say, oh goodness, my Noble Hierarch is going to rise up by $5 in the next year because there's no new ones coming out. Because the market holds its breath when it thinks that something might be reprinted. And the pause button goes on all the prices and sales. But stuff like this, you should expect it to come out at some point soon. As a person who has a very large amount, guess what? I don't mind it being reprinted. Because it means the OG originals will become a little more affordable and maybe I can gobble up a couple more. I know I'm so bad. Can't help myself. Now, if you want to start really making this product great, if they want to raise this to the next level, to make it a product that people are going to think back years later and say, that was amazing. Why can't they do that again? Then you're going to have to start getting into cards like Dockside Extortionist. You got to start bringing these kind of cards back into play. I know he's only $70 right now, something like that. But it's a card, since I'm thinking of adding these kind of things to my deck, this is the kind of stuff that needs to be reprinted to bring it down to a more affordable, bring it to that $60, $70 level down to $35, $40. I mean, he's a low-level creature, but he has a cool effect the players want to see. But they don't want to pay $70 for it. So having that reprinted would bring a product from being good, pretty good, to, oh my goodness, this is awesome. Thank goodness this is out there. But cards of this level don't bring us to what Wizards likes to do. They like to dangle things in front of our faces for years because they've been doing it with this card. Most people I know the #1 card that they want to see, like, come back, reprint it about time, and it's on the non-reprint list, right? You can bring this thing back. It's not a reserve list card. You can just bring this back, Wizards, is give us, yeah, you guys guessed it, bring back Imperial Seal. Make the thing a mythic. Bring it back. Make it as hard as you want. Make it a chase card in purple neon ink with red glittery glow things on the sides. I don't care. Bring back Imperial Seal and you will have a truly great product. And we're going to know soon enough. It's only a couple of months away. We're going to find out what's going on. But this kind of card being added back in will make it truly unique. But you know what the problem is if they reprint it? Everyone knows it's in that set. After it rotates out, Wizards not going to print it anytime soon. They'll definitely be holding off. If they reprint Imperial Seal as a chase card, as an ultimate hard-to-get card, they are going to make it extremely difficult to ever reprint it again. It'll take years probably. And that'll drive the value. And they want to rise back up. At least to like a $500-$600 level, and then they can reprint it again. Because look what happened with cards like Mana Crypt. They went from being $300-$400 cards to $160. Wizards probably doesn't mind that too much, but everything needs a break because they don't have reserve list moxes to fall back on, so they got to use these kind of cards that have that higher level equity to really drive a product forward. And that's why they like to tantalize us with not reprinting it, because it dangles something every set to get our anticipation up, to make us feel that this product will be super special. Remember that. That and the fact there are other cards like it that would be truly awesome to see reprinted means Wizards has a lot to work with. They have a lot of ammo to draw upon to make us want to get this product. I don't think it's going to suck. I actually think it's going to fire on all cylinders and just be awesome. I don't think Wizards is taking any chances this year. They want to have a good time with it. They want to enjoy the money that will come from printing cards like this and bringing them back in. But will they make it a good set? Or are they going to make it a great set? Are you a person out there saying, I'm going to buy into this and I'm going to invest thousands of dollars to be tied up for a decade as this box and like just appreciates in value? Look what happened with Double Masters in 2020. The box $1,000. It could go that way. Depends on what the print run's like and how often they print it at these prices, right? It's very, very fascinating to me to see how much I want some of these cards now. And I sit there and go, oh, I can't wait to see what they decide to print for us because it's going to be awesome. I know there'll be a lot of reprints, but which ones will they choose and how hard will they be to get? Are they going to be able to deliver on this set and make it something we can all get behind and say it's amazing? Are we going to say it's a good set? Are we going to drift back to more of a Masters 25 where we're like, meh, who knows? But the anticipation is building. It's getting closer. We've got a few sets standing in our way until we get there, but it's all that I'm hearing people talk about right now in the circles I'm in. They're wondering what's going to be in there. And to me, I can't help it. It's starting to rub off on me. I want to know too. Thanks a lot for tuning in, everyone. I hope you had a great time on the video today. Can't wait to see your comments in the comment section about how you guys feel about this product. Are you going to buy it? You're going to go singles route? Are you going to wait for the pre-release stuff to start coming out in the spoiler season before you start putting down your hard-earned money? Or are you going to say maybe the price will change like Kamigawa? Maybe I should jump in there and buy some right now. Guys, I want to know. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Have an awesome day today. Hey guys, a big shout out goes to all the fantastic patrons on the channel. Patrons rock and make the world go round. Thank you so much, guys, for that continued support you guys show each and every month. You guys rock! So, you made to the end of the video. What am I going to tell you something amazing today? First off, let's get the hardcore stuff out of the way. How about a Doomscar Oracle? Got it? Got it? All right, let's go on the 10K box. Now, I've started to put together my commander deck. Just a couple cards. Thought I would show you guys. So we got Kirkkeep, of course. Got to have a Kirkkeep. We got Thrall Champion, because it's Thralls and Kobolds. And of course, leading the Kobolds will be Rogoth of Kirkkeep, being the secondary guy inside the deck. He gives all the Kobolds pluses. Plus it goes with Kobolds of Kirkkeep, give little bonuses there. I got a Fabled Passage foil going as a land. Luxury Suite foil. I remember I was buying these for $5, $8, $10. Nobody wanted those Zendikar ones. That was crazy. Remember that, guys? Remember that? You remember that. Bloodstained Mire, which I happened to open, I guess, last year when we did that box opening stuff here. And then, of course, a Badlands. It's a really beat-up Badlands, but, it doesn't matter for this case. So I got some mana going in, got some creatures. Didn't get as many ideas from people as I hoped I would for things to put in this, but that's okay. We'll get working on it. I appreciate it, guys. Thanks for hanging in there. I hope you're having an awesome day wherever you are in the world of Magic. And you can put boomstick, of course, in the comment section, because that's one of my favorite phrases. I say it all the time. I wake up to my wife and I go, boomstick! And then I get slapped for waking her up. But what can you do?